First, let's protect our ears.
وايه اللي هيحصل بالظبط؟ انا حاطط سماعات تمام زي الفل.
Everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
انا فاكر بتاع دي كانت المسلسل بتقعد تصور ده. فاكرها بتاع صداع. اهلا بيكم في حلقه جديده من تختيم لعبه هوجورتس ليجاسي على قناه نونو. لو مشفتش الحلقات اللي فاتت هتلاقي لينك في الديسكربشن، ارجع وشوفهم. وقبل ما نبدا متنساش تعمل لايك وسبسكرايب، ويلا بينا.
Be serious. Goblins working with rookwood makes no sense.
انت قلت له عادي يقول لي ما تقولش لحد ما تقولش لحد، وهو ماشي يقول للناس كلها.
Unorthodox. It's inconceivable.
عشان كده تقريبا مكانش عايزني اقول لحد.
Fig.
عشان يبقى ياخد هو
I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look.
ده كان المفروض انت بتقرا يعني؟ هي بقى الورقة الناقصة دي هي اللي انا كنت عايزها. ساب ال 3000 ورقة اللي في الكتاب، وهي الورقة الناقصة دي اللي هو اللي محتاجها.
Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage
طب ما انت كنت تقلب في الورقة ليه من الصبح؟
It may take some time.
ما انت عايز تذاكره.
I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive, Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
They were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. Now I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's
لا
death.
ياخدك لندن. خلاص هيك بقى وخلاص، وامري الله اروح لندن. ايه يعني اعمل ايه بقى؟
What will you tell
انا
them
كنتش عايز
about
بس
Mr. Osric's death?
اعمل ايه؟
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
لما انت ماشي تقول للمدرسة كلها، ده دخلت عليك لقيتك بتكلم الراجل اصلا في الحاجات اللي انت قلت لي ما قلتش لحد عليها.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't
وانا
neglect
هعمل
your
كل حاجة كده.
studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
حاضر. المفروض نعمل ايه دلوقتي؟
Revelio. Protego.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Dueling metal and see if we've a new school champion. Meet me at
ده
the
رسالة
usual place.
بتتكلم.
Final round of crossed ones. Also, the training dummy is still available.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
نعم متأكد ان احنا نتكلم. اذا ايه خارج القلعة ليه لما احنا نتكلم عادي يعني. انا اصلا من الاول مش مستريح للبت دي. طب ايه عايز اطلع؟ ماشي. ده لعبة كبيرة بقى، كل دي خريطة.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
حاضر. نروح فين الأول؟ تعالى نروح هنا، عندنا بتاعة سحر مفيش. ايه دي أقرب حاجة؟ ايه، تعالى نروح دي. البيت دي بتاع اللي بتاكل حشرات.
Good morning, Professor Garlick. How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together.
ما بيوصل لي كده اللي هو ايه الهبل ده.
How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb.
مش مهم انت متخافيش، مهم انا خايف.
Today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears.
وايه اللي هيحصل بالظبط؟ انا حاطط سماعات تمام.
Everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
انا فاكر بتاع دي كانت المسلسل بتقعد تصور باين. فاكرها بتاع صداع. ده احنا هنكسر المدرسة عشان حطينا طلعنا الزرع. احنا سامعينها اصلا باللي هي بتقوله ده. ليه ممكن نزرع حاجة زي كده يعني؟ حتى لو مش فاهم بالمنظر ده المفروض ان انا هاكلها يعني حتى لو بتصوتش بالوش ده المفروض ان انا اكل الحاجة دي يعني حاجة مقرفة اوي. خليك مبسوطة اوي كده.
I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone.
مرة احنا ما عملناش حاجة، شدينا الزرع من الطينة.
Now for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables.
وده ايه هياكلنا بقى المرة الجاية؟ المفروض دي طالبة يعني ده الأستاذة شباب عن البت دي.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be
والله ما زرعت حاجة، أنا جيت لقيتها جاهزة. قد استمتعت بها. أصبحت أصلا حلوة دي.
I'll say, nearly went deaf.
Well, yes. Of course, the cry of a mature mandragora can be fatal, so remember to keep those ears protected. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom.
اللي بتعمليه معاملة الخضار
to have
كده.
your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class.
المفروض أعمل إيه؟ وإيه المطرة اللي نازلة عليها دي؟ ده زراعة مباركة ولا إيه؟ ماشي ارجع.
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage.
لا شكرا،
You'll
مفترس
find
ايه؟
that
فيها الزرع
some
اللي قعدت
plants are
تصوت
better
في ودانا
suited
دي.
to uses outside of a cauldron.
هو مفيش زرع عادي يعني؟
Cabbages do get testy
يعني
without
بصلة،
something to
نزرع
chew.
بصلة مثلا، نزرع
Fortunately, I have a
فراولة،
dummy for
موزاية
them to
عادي.
gnaw on. Here, dear. Let them
حاجة
have a good
طبيعية
chomping.
ناكلها،
Yes,
نزرعها،
Professor.
ما
They're in the other
تاكلناش.
greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate,
هو عندهم
Mr.
تقريبا
Privet,
بيزرعوا
has
الحاجة
come
عشان هي اللي
over to
تاكلهم.
accompany you. Come back and
مش
see
احنا
me
اللي
when you're
ناكلها.
finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day.
خلاص ماشي اوكي.
Nice to meet you. Nice work in defense against the dark
سيبني
arts, by
بقى.
the way.
Excuse
انت
me.
بتجري ورايا تكلمني ولا ايه؟
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh. Well,
شكرا.
thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she stop that dragon skull from crushing you?
Typical Slytherin trick, dropping a dragon skull on someone during a fight. We Gryffindors fight with honor. Here we are. Home of... Go on. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
جيت سرقت كل النباتات الموجودة. فين الملفوف؟ هو ده؟ هو ده الملفوف الصيني. طب ايه؟ انا بدوس اهو. انا المفروض ان انا بعد كده ادوس تاب. اوكي.
Look at that. They'll chomp
هو ايه اللي
anything
بيحصل؟
to get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out.
ده مات من كتر
Did
اكل.
save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in
أصابته التخمة.
tatters.
ده الزرعة هي اللي
Vicious little
بتاكله.
bastards, aren't they?
فاهم بالعكس.
My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
طب ما تيجي نجرب فيك.
Trust me, Leander. I was imagining it the entire time.
You were? I mean, of course, you're not someone to be
طبعا
trifled with.
خلي بالك مني بقى.
I see that. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're
لما
keen.
انت ماشي ورايا من الصبح
Other
كده.
plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Revelio.
في حاجة هنا مثيرة للاهتمام؟ مفيش. مش قلت هترجع الصف؟ ارجع بقى. في حاجة فلوس. حلو.
And with that helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves, I shall end our lesson.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
محتاج اقول انا اصلا مش مهتم وجاي كده عشان اخد اعمال السنة. يا ماشي، خلينا نبقى ذوق برضه. انا هي مش مهتم ومش عايز اجي هنا تاني.
I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden and it will tend to you.
جاردن هنا ما عنديش بيت
Well, I
اساسا.
suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
اعتبر ده اجاب.
Revelio.
Revelio.
Hope those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
تعالى نفتح الخريطة ونشوف هنروح فين بقى. تعالى نروح نعمل علامة الأول بعد كده نسافر. تعالى ايه نمشي كده نشوف احنا رايحين فين بقى.
Shouldn't there be orders or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident?
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely
ده
incompetent,
بيطفي سجاير
which
ده.
he is.
هيبدأ المهمة. بصولي كده ليه؟ ولا ده مش أنا ده؟
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
الأستاذ
As
شارب
fifth years, you
مدرس
will be
شنب.
required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular
مش هو
potion
المدرس يقعد يختار ناس عشوائي كده
come in
ويسألهم.
handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
ده
It
ضحية
can heal
الفصل ده.
some injuries, but not all. Point for Ravenclaw.
كان
Before
بياخد معاك
today's
درس
class
ولا
is
ايه يا عم؟
completed, each of you will have brewed a
مسألش غيره واداله
Wiggenweld
كل ما
potion
بتاع أعمال
of
السنة.
your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
خلاص لو محتاج ابقى اعملها بقى. ابدأ انت، ما شرحتش حاجة اصلا. ابدأ ايه؟
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
لو بنعمل مخدرات كان هيبقى اسهل من كده. ده قاعد مريح باشا، احنا نعمل وهو يجي يشرب على الجاهز بقى. وبعمل حاجة تعالج ايه ده، هو اصلا بيعرق.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
يا حظ، بس انا هنكر واقول ان
My
انا
parents considered
محترف.
keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
انا مالي يا عم ومال مامتك.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
هو انت بتسأل انت مالك صحيح.
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley?
مش فاكر الحقيقة.
Yes. We met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you
لما
could
انت
grab
عايز
it for
عارف
me.
المكونات وعارف هي فين، ما تروح تجيبها انت. يعني انا في الاول فايه هحب اتصاحب على الواد، اتعرف على الناس، فهقول له ان انا
I'll get
هعمل
you
له
the
اللي هو
Fwooper
عايزه.
feather, as long as you're certain Sharp
بس
won't
بعد
miss it.
كده
I assure you he won't.
اسقع له.
Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
صحيح انت تعمل ايه؟ انا رايح اجيب له حاجه انا مش عارف هو هيعمل بيها ايه.
Revelio.
فين بقى البتاع؟
Keep your potion stations organized and clear.
هي دي يا باشا. مينفعش نسرق حاجه تانية؟ طالما ايه هنسرق يبقى نسرق كل حاجه بقى. يقول لك ان سرقت تسرق جمل. هو مش لاقي جمل، لاقي شويه زرع وهو ريش، هسرقه. يا ترى المثل بتاع سرقت تسرق جمل ده موجود عندهم برضو ولا بيقولوا عندهم لو سرقت تسرق يعني.
Well-prepared witch or wizard always has a few potions on hand.
يعني انت بعتني بس عشان اروح افتح الباب اجيب لك البتاع وارجع.
Brilliant! Thank you. This is going to take a moment to brew.
قاعد يرغي نص ساعة علشان البتاع يفتح، كان ممكن يفتح الباب ويخش يجيبها ويرجع في 5 دقايق.
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
احنا ايه اللي احنا بنعمله ده؟ هفضل قاعد مستني 21 ثانية.
And now we add the mallow sweet and that's odd. What's happening? Wait,
شكلك هتموتنا كلنا والله. هو هيموتنا كلنا فعلا. بيعمل حاجة مستر شنب. بيعمل بومب وصواريخ العيد. تعالى نشوف الحاجة اللي انا بعملها عشان تتحرق. اختفت.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
I brewed an Adura's potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
أنا مش فاهم حاجة، بس أقول له أنا آسف. لا مش هتأسف، لا مش فاهم حاجة.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Professor.
You will not earn favor with me by failing to take responsibility for your actions. I suggest you heed my warning. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you know are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day.
إذا أرجع إيه؟ الراجل خلص خلاص.
My robes are going to reap from Gareth's inspiration for the rest of term.
Revelio.
في حاجة أنا ممكن أخدها. في حاجة هناك. ده قرش. مين المعفن اللي ساب قرش ده؟ في حاجة بتشغل كده.
Professor Sharp said that Wiggenweld potion can treat injuries.
That was an interesting class.
Thanks to you. Wasn't precisely what I had in mind, but it was still brilliant. I appreciate your help. I hope Sharp wasn't too disagreeable when you handed in your potion. Heard him talking about taking responsibility.
Professor Sharp was annoyed, but we sorted it out. No harm.
Cheers to that. He probably had a good chuckle after we left. Sharp may seem gruff, but I bet a few galleons he blew up a potion or two in his day. Best be off. Next time we talk, I promise, fewer explosions.
المفروض ده يحصل اصلا في العادي مش المرة الجاية يعني. تعال نشوف ايه المهمة اللي بعد كده. نروح هنا. اوكي طب نعرف نسافر لها؟ مش هنعرف ناخدها مشي ولا ايه؟ ماشي. عايزين بقى نيجي هنا بقى نضطر نتمشى بقى. طب الباب بتاع القلعة دي اللي بيودي على هناك فين؟ ولا انا هقعد اكتشف؟ ماشي. لا مش البيت، انا عايز اعمل علامة على العلامة نفسها. سوري. ايوه كده. وانا ينفع اعمل علامتين؟ مش عايز دي، عايز دي. ماشي.